Welcome to another episode of Day.Sports, our Origin special. Here again with Tom. How you doing, mate?
Queenslander. Yeah, been a little bit cooked the last couple of days, to be honest, but I'm on the mend, so yeah, been all right. How you going?
Yeah, I've pretty much been in the same boat. I reckon for like the last week, sickness has been trying to get me, but I've just been, don't argue, and just basically eating vitamin C and zinc, trying to keep right before my roommate's 30th this weekend and Origin tomorrow night. So safe to say I'll be having quite a few 4X golds, I reckon. So basically doing everything that I shouldn't be doing to stay fit and healthy, but as well as Big Tino absolutely pumping New South Wales, I'd like it just as much if you guys hit the like and subscribe button, follow on social media, all that sort of jazz. Really quick recap of last round because there's not honestly much to talk about. Betting wise, absolute sea of red, went to shit for both of us. X's everywhere, bet to Vegas, gone. Everything's just terrible on that front.
Yeah, it was not the round for pretty much anything. So yeah, we'll run over this for real quick.
Yeah,
it was a bit of a shit show of a fucking week.
Yeah, there was a real
good
highlight.
Old buy round.
Yeah, buy round footy is just a disaster. That should just not be a thing. But first game, Finns demolish the Dogs 44-8. Absolute disaster. Who knew that the Doggies would fall apart without having Jamon Samon in the team? I wouldn't have ever seen that coming. But there you go. Turns out Doggies.
They turned into weak gutted dogs without a weak gutted dog.
Literally.
That's pretty much what happened. But I don't know. I think the only way that you tip this game, besides I think one person in our comp tipped this, but the only other way that you tip this is if you're a real woo-woo card reader sort of person and you'd seen the weather forecast and you're like, what are dolphins like? They're wet. And fuck me, it was wet. So I think the Dolphins just fucking flourished in the wet conditions, but yeah, I don't think too many people would have tipped that game.
Yeah, well, the one person that tipped it in ours, she's coming bottom of the ladder. She was just trying to claw back any points possible, so I had to just pick the roughie. But we found out that Doggies are just afraid of playing in the rain. At this point
Broncos,
against Queensland
Dolphins.
teams.
Maybe it's a Queensland in the wet sort of thing. So yeah, if we somehow make our way to the grand final against the Bulldogs, just make sure it's piss and rain and we'll be right.
Yeah, the forecast will be looking wet. Couple of real troopers in the Dolphin side, though. Apparently Herbie Farnworth was in hospital like day before, basically. Rolled out of his deathbed, just gone down to Sydney to flog the Dogs.
No, pretty sure I swear he said he flew down
day
in
off.
The morning. He flew down just before the game, day off.
Yeah, and then you got love of my life, tackling machine Ray Stone, who apparently has got 2 busted AC joints just from folding cuts.
Literally loves it.
About all I got to say about that one. Next one, again, a wrong game for us. The Eels touch up Manly 30-10. I think everyone thought that the Eels were going to give them the Manly was going to give Eels a proper hiding without Momax out there, but boy, did they do fuck all.
Manly's defense was it was like a fucking bit of Swiss cheese. There was holes everywhere. It was honestly that fucking bad. They just like Para made so many easy breaks, and they also had so many mistakes themselves, Manly. So yeah, it can really only blame themselves for that one. Like it's not like they had DCE out, but you know they had the likes of Turbo still there. And plenty of other good players, like Olguado was playing as well. So, yeah, that was definitely one that got away from them. But props to Para, they fucking turned up.
Yeah, huge. Danny Hawkins, barely seen the NRL field in the last X amount of time, goes out. He's like, yeah, watch me put on like 4 or 5 tries, just no worries at all. Lomax, you got to be fighting for this jersey, bro. Sorry, Moses, you're going to be fighting for the jersey.
I don't know. What is with like... That's like a Sandon Smith Anzac Day performance.
Yeah.
There's just like these second string halfbacks pulling out these fucking worldy performances willy-nilly at the moment. So, yeah, that one to watch, that's for sure.
The spirit of Peter Sterling actually took over the man and just fucking bang, thanks for coming. Yeah,
flying camera.
I saw that. It flew in. Lehigh Hopewadi, like he crossed over easy, but the Eels, they just showed so much grit in defence, didn't let them through. Next one was just woeful. I didn't really watch much of this. Knights, they beat the baby Penrith Panthers 25-6. I turned this one on, saw it's 24-0. I was like, well, there goes my fucking tip. That's done. Turned it back off again. I was like, I've set it up.
I literally did the exact same thing. I was like, oh, footy's on. Turn the TV on. Newcastle's pumping Penrith, righto, don't worry.
Yeah.
No matter which way that game went, it was going to be a loss for me. I think I was going to hate watching the Knights get absolutely thumped yet again, or I was going to hate watching the Knights win. So, yeah, it was never a win-win for me, that one. It was just a loss.
And then I don't know where...
Newcastle still fucking suck.
Journo's literally the whole week just making up shit about Dylan Lucas. He's out, he's in, he's out, no, he's out. And then he goes out there, scores a hattie. No worries, thanks for coming.
Did you see the amount of messages NRL Physio had about Dylan Lucas?
Oh, it was good. This next one though, Matt, this one just made me happy. So I was 0-3 at this stage, staring down the barrel of potentially 0-4, knowing full well that tipping the Roosters against the Sharks might not have been the greatest idea, but I stuck to my guns. And not all heroes wear capes, but the Chooks, they showed what pretenders those fucking Shire folk are. Fucked them up 42-16. Yes, the Chookies, cock-a-doodle fucking do. Get that in you.
See, yet again, this was nearly another game that I nearly bet a card or a six-pack on you with, because I was like, there's no way. Like, surely there's no way fucking Cronulla lose this, but sure enough, fucking loses.
Mark Nwangi
put him into the same category as the fucking Knights. Sick of him.
Mark continues his dominance. You can put that bloke literally anywhere, it doesn't matter. He's doing flick pass assists out to Dommy Young, whatever you want. KL Ero literally can't not score a try. He's scored in every single game he's played. He is just ridiculous at this point. One of the funnier bits of sequences of this game, though, another Xavier comes into the fray. Maybe we can have another go at Xavier, but forgive me if I get the name wrong. But Xavier Far, I don't know. However you pronounce it, bro. I'm sorry. But on debut, he takes a hit up. He's out on the field for all of 2 seconds. All of a sudden, bang, crosses over on debut for a meat pie. Completely goes off. Like all of his mates, family, everything's in the crowd.
Robbo was on the screen. I fucking loved it.
Everyone's loving it. Big meat pie. You couldn't be happier for the bloke. But then Sharks kick off, and he's so stoked still. He watches the ball basically just like sail past him, bounce and go out.
Give me a forgiven for it.
Yeah, you're just like, you let that one pass, you know. He would have just been so fucking... I reckon he just would have been that wrapped with himself and just barely even seen the ball coming. But and then last game, the Milk beat the Wars. This was just a super tight, gritty battle. But in a battle like that, you back the Milk all day. A revved up horse, bruh. He got a little bit too revved up, got sent off.
Yeah. Typical cranky ginger after getting left out of Origin. It was a hell of a gritty game, and it was definitely a game of the round, that's for sure. It was the only one that was worth watching after the performances of the weekend. But, I think it was definitely a game that the Warriors needed. They needed a gritty game like that. Like, they had that one against the Cows, but that was purely out of them nearly fucking that up and losing that game. I suppose they had one against the Dragons as well, but that's the Dragons. So it was definitely good for them having, even though it was a loss, a gritty game against a top team, to put him in good stead for the rest of the year.
Real character building stuff. I think Tarpanay, he was lucky not to be joining Big Red, I think, in the bloody Sidman.
I did not know how that dude didn't get sent off.
Like, I'm pretty sure he literally shoulder charged some dude's head at one point. But he had his troops fired up. Like, he led that pack. Fucking boys, we're going, and we're going straight through these blokes. Like, he was fucking doing this when people are getting penalised and just staring them up. I'm pretty sure Big Red was flipping off people at the end of the game. You had Tamale giving the crowd a fucking mouthful at the end of it, hitting it with waves, all sorts of stuff. But it was a hectic game. The Canberra Raiders, they wanted that one so badly. And I just find the Wars like...
Tarpanay was fucking... Oh, gosh, he had a good game. He was up that day. Like, he was get on my back, boys. We're fucking going in.
Yeah, that was huge.
Yeah, true leader from the front. Love that. But, definitely could have gone either way that game. But, up the Milk.
Was having close games just seems to be the theme where not much doing. As soon as that game started, I was like, why did I pick my bet for Vegas in this game? Because I was like, it's probably just going to be 12 to 13. But anyway, we get through to now the fun part of this episode, because there's this little game of rugby league getting played tomorrow at this small stadium here in Brisbane. Queensland. State of Origin kicks off tomorrow night. I just can't believe it's already snuck up so quickly. Thanks to Random Stats, guys. Shout out to you. Queensland have not lost consecutive Origin games at Suncorp since the mighty 1998. So I don't hate that. Back at the Fortress. So what are we thinking,
Don't
Tom?
hate the start, but also scares the fucking life out of me.
Yeah, another thing that does scare the life out of me is debutant Robbie Toyer marking up on that side against Latrell Mitchell. Imagine that first day on the job, just here's Trell, mate.
Yeah, it's a hell of a fucking task to take on in your first Origin match, that's for sure. And no doubt, New South Wales is going to try to exploit that, that's for sure. So, but Billy does what he does. The bush poet does see a bit of something in people who normal, everyday today people don't see. So he's picked him for a reason. So I'm going to back the fuck out of Billy and go Rob.
Yeah, Billy's going to have some sort of master plan. Watch it literally be as soon as they run out of the field, him and Hammond just go swap sides of the field. They've practiced running at Rob Toyer the entire week and then just enjoy this one now. But Hammer might be out of the job on the other side of it though, because I think all that traffic's going to be going down Rob Toyer, so they're going to be testing him out for sure. I walked past Liam Martin today in the city, so he was just going for a stroll. Just this dude's walking up, and I thought it was somebody from work or something. I was like, oh, where have I seen this bloke before? Then I was like, oh, that's fucking Liam. So take that how you will, but I dare say we spoke about it last week where he just happens to find his way over the line in these big games. So that really could very well be Liam Martin anytime.
I wouldn't be shocked if my fingers slip into a little bit of a Liam Martin first try scorer market tomorrow.
I don't hate it.
Because fuck me, that dude just like, I wonder how many. I really want to see how many, because I know he scored the first try in game 3 last year, I believe it was.
Might have been.
He scored the first try in a few Origins, and he's also
grand finals.
A few grand finals, scored the first try as well.
It's not the worst. Please let me know how much that does cost. I'm kind of almost looking at the reverse Uno with Robbie Toyer. I think I want to get on him on debut to cross over. I'm like, don't mind the fondue.
So last year he was second try scorer against the Storm.
Yeah. Pretty sure he scored against the Broncos. He wasn't first, but he wouldn't have been far off it, I don't think.
No, he did not score, actually.
He didn't score?
Maybe my theory of first try scorer in grand finals has just been a big fucking optical illusion.
Him to score might not be the worst thing in the world. I'm just super keen to see the big boppers go at it. Payne Haas and Big Country finally going neck to neck again. We're definitely missing Tino last year. Like, it was day and night, I feel like, without having Tino there in the middle to carry the nut up the middle of that field. Considering just like, the Titans haven't been going great for the last, however long, but even then he's made such a difference in that side. He's just literally, again, boys, get on my back. I'm going to be taking this one up. So very keen to see him go back at it. I think a big question for everyone, though, of course, is will Nathaniel and Mitchy Moses work at all? I'm hoping they fucking fall off a cliff and it just goes terrible and we get Luai back for game 2. But
yeah, I do hope it goes up in flames, that's for sure. It's either going to be great or it's going to be dog shit. I don't think there's going to be an in-between with that one. So wouldn't be surprised if Moses' head's on the chopping board after this match, but you never know.
But it's also that time of the year that Cleary likes to get injured, so you never know. It could just end up being Moses at 7 for the next game. And then we got old man Ches.
Yeah. Cleary does love a little mid-season injury.
Oh, does he what? Just a little bit of time with Mary. And then you got Daly Cherry Evans. He's going to be the oldest player to ever run out there for State of Origin. Just literally he's coming out with his cane and his walking stick and everything like that. I reckon he's going to be turning up big time because I dare say it's probably going to be Daly Cherry Evans' last series, more than likely. So he's going to be wanting to go at a high.
Yeah, I think it has to be his last series for sure. I think he knows deep down, and I think Millie knows deep down, this is probably the end of the road. And then they definitely are going to want to blood Tommy Dearden more and more.
Yeah.
Considering now he's on the bench as it is, I think he will just obviously just roll straight into that number 7 jersey when DCE steps down.
Which is interesting because like Tommy is a 7. I don't know as much about, but they got him there at the 14. What sort of role do you reckon he's going to be playing, old Tommy D? Do you reckon he's going to rotate with Harry Grant?
I reckon he'll play hooker, yeah. I reckon I wouldn't be surprised. I nearly go as far to say I wouldn't be surprised if he starts, to be honest.
That's huge. What, over Harry?
Yeah.
Oh, that could almost work though, because you could have Harry Grant coming off the bench around tired forwards and stuff like that, just scurry, and just take it off.
Yeah, Harry loves a scurry, but I don't know. Like, you're also looking at the sense that Harry, Tommy Dearden would be able to do the same thing for sure, but him not being definitely not being an out and out hooker, just being an out and out half. If they did start him, that it'd just be get in there and just fucking grit your teeth for a while, and then let's bring Harry on and let Harry run around a little bit. But I don't know. He could be played in a bunch of different ways. Like, very well, Harry might play the 80 minutes. There's a very good chance of that. Tommy Dearden wouldn't also be surprised though if he does get brought on in a similar role to what like Michael Morgan or DCE himself used to, just playing that extra half, extra middle sort of position for Queensland. So, but he's also pretty versatile, and you can play him anywhere, just about old Tommy Dearden. So, but funny you're saying, yeah, like, oh, the old 4655 internet. Spaniard.
Yeah.
So, seeing someone share it yesterday, you'll have to get it clipped up. So, he must be doing like food reviews between Queensland and New South Wales, like the most sort of like footy-like food. So, like, I think fish and chips, Parma, and steak or some shit, a steak sanger or something.
Yeah.
And he's done like the footy intros into each of them. And the first one was like New South Wales, and the second one was Spaniard, Harvey Bay Seagulls.
Oh, yeah. Fucking hell, good.
So I don't know how the fuck I'm gonna fuck off these headphones. They hurt my ears so much. Yeah, I cannot wear those things any longer.
No, you're right. But
they're like compressing my head, and I'm already fucking sick as it is.
Yeah. Before we continue the Origin chat, I just need you to just do a little stand up for me, Tom, because I feel like you got a little bit of business at the top, party at the bottom. Do you reckon you could just do this?
There's a lot of. No, there's a lot about that at the moment. I was like, no shorts are going on, pajamas, Cookie Monster.
But
yeah, there's a bit of the old news anchorman, business shirt on, tie and undies sort of combo. But
a bit of work from home about you.
Yeah, a lot of work from home about it.
But then, what's it called? Queensland have had their training camp up there in Kawana, was it, up at the Sunshine Coast Stadium, which looked pretty mean. I saw that our friend of the show, Lachy, shout out to him, was there getting photos with all the players the other day, which is pretty funny. I was like, good on your son, get in there.
I was like, good on you, mate.
Yeah.
Push all those 10-year-olds out of the way and get a couple of pictures. Good on you.
And then you got bloody New South Wales just about looking to cut theirs off from the public after supposedly there was like drone footage or like leaked footage of, I think, Critter like coming off injured or something like that. So they're like, no, we're not fucking having it with the public anymore and all this. And I'm like, who could possibly be the spy flying the drone? Have you got any suspects from Queensland, Tom? Because I've got a couple in my head, but if you had to say one person spying for the Queensland camp, maybe in the media even.
You do yours. I'll just have to think on this.
Well, I don't know why. I don't even know if it's a Queenslander, but something about Kevin Nobbo. I feel like they would have a bit of that about it.
I don't think that'd work. I don't know if one person who probably falls into the nerdy category who would be handy on a drone and flying one around. But in saying that, pretty sure he's in the UK. Nearly certain he's in the UK, and also I don't know if he follows rugby league, but Marnus Labuschagne.
Yeah.
That has a bit of Marnus about it.
That's got a huge amount of Marnus about it, but yeah, that's pretty funny. I must say, one thing that I'm a little bit terrified of.
Well, Ben Eichen. Has a bit of Ben Eichen about it.
Yeah, that's true. Gordy using all of his media links to get up there. Just But,
Goody, no good.
one thing that I'm terrified about in this particular series is while Laurie Daly is supposedly the coach, having the mastermind, the real sinister one pulling the strings in the background, Craig Bellamy there in camp, the photos of him in the Blues kit, I'm like, oh, that's not great. If there's the dude that's going to pull off a win against Queensland at Suncorp, it's going to be him whispering sweet nothings into Laurie Daly. Like, I was thinking about some of the selections in the team for New South Wales, and a real like Craig Bellamy pick is Max King. He's one of those dudes. Yeah, like he's one that like no one ever saw come in, and it's almost like Bellamy's been given permission just to pick like one roughie, and he's like Max King, and everyone's going to be like, "What the fuck?" But who's going to argue against what Craig Bellamy's going to say? But yeah, I'm a little bit worried about that.
Yeah, I think Max King, he'll show up and do a job for sure. That dude has been playing outstanding footy for the last little while, so yeah, definitely deserved his crack.
Another one that I'm actually kind of like eyeing off for anytime try scorer is Big Bo. Big Bo for more. I'd like to see him. I don't know how many.
He's off the bench, isn't he?
He's off the bench, bit of impact play. Like if he slots in, because he'd probably slot in, you'd think probably in the second row, probably maybe relieve Cotter or something like that for 20 minutes or something like that. So he's pretty explosive, runs a good lawn.
That'd be the case.
That or if Nanai's defence doesn't quite work out. Turns quicksand, then they might potentially swap him over. But yeah, like I said,
that really, if we were doing bet for Vegas this week, that'd literally just be my bet would be Maroons. They're $2.28 on a blue betting agency at the moment.
Fuck, that's mean actually. But yeah, I'll be there tomorrow.
Jeez, yeah, fucking. I don't know if you can.
I can't say I can. Not with that camera.
Yeah, cheers.
Yeah, well, we're going to, me and the missus, like, I don't know if we can see that. It's not focusing, I don't think. Your brightness is up, bruh.
My brightness thing's still on the screen. It's so blurry. But the Blues have got all their unit here.
Yeah, apparently we didn't do a photo shoot.
The Blues have got all uniform photos, and they just got club team photos for Queensland.
I don't know what's happened there.
If that doesn't scream Queensland, I don't know what does.
Literally. Fucking today in King George Square, I was walking to work, and there's a giant inflated Queensland jersey just in the middle of like the square. So that was pretty good to see. Again, going to the game tomorrow, me and the missus were going to be up in the bleachers, but very keen for it. This is my, I'd like to say fourth Origin, I think. Because we went in 2015, so that was the decider. I went 2022 when the Go Dozer. And then I went to 23 as well.
I think, yeah. I've been to 2. So, yeah, it's probably like your 4th.
Yeah, I think it is, because I went in 23. That's when we had already won, I think, the series. Well, we won the second game series done, so it didn't like have the same kind of magnitude. But yeah, very keen for this one. But yeah, when it comes to Origin memories, one of mine that stands out above them all, and it was actually when I was applying for my last house that I mentioned this particular moment in this one. So, like, my earliest memories of State of Origin was around like 2003, 4, 5-ish type of thing. And I think I maybe had watched 2 series. I might have watched 03, 04, and we got beaten in both of those. So I was always just like New South Wales wins, and that's like kind of the way that it was. And it was the first game in 05 where Matty Bowen got that intercept, ran 40 odd 50 metres.
Going to say the exact same thing. I was literally going to say my like first memory, I reckon, of Origin is Matty Bowen plucking one out of the air. I need to see because probably my next one was New South Wales moment, actually.
Because, with that one, because, with house inspections where you'll apply for a property and there's a stupid part where it's like, why do you want to live at this property? It's like, I don't know. I don't want to be fucking homeless. So I got sick of filling them out. So I literally said for this application, I was like, oh, this house is as beautiful as Matty Bowen's intercept in 2005 in the State of Origin and all this type of shit. And we ended up getting the place. That was the old Green Slopes property. So shout out to Matty Bowen for that one. But yeah, that's got to be like one of my most pivotal moments. And then it was 2006, obviously. After that, Queensland just went on the 8 straight, went on the fucking run of all runs, and yeah, really flipped that narrative of New South Wales always winning. And it's so hard to pick out moments throughout those 8 series because we just got used to fucking winning. Another one for me, Tom, that pops up though is Darren Lockyer's intercept. I think to win one of the games. I don't remember the year, but it's iconic as fuck.
Yeah.
A bit before our time, but we've kind of seen a million bits of footage of type of thing was Gordon Tallis when he gets a hold of Brett Hodgins. What is his name? Brett.
Lasso's Hodgson.
Yeah, Hodgson, and just fucking skull drags him straight over the fucking sideline. That has got to be. That was my work background today, actually, for all my meetings. It's just that one, Gordy plucking him out of thin air.
I'm trying to find. This is like I can find the footage of it, but I can't find what. Oh, this will tell me, I guess. 2007. That's probably actually one of my first memories, like decent memory. Oh, probably one of the memories that makes me just hate New South Wales. And I just got to check because I feel like. Yeah, this is what it definitely was. Yeah, so 2007, Queensland won the first 2 games, and then we lost the last game at Suncorp Stadium. And I'm pretty sure, like biggest memory out of that game was Jared Haynes scoring. I thought it was to win the game, but it wasn't. Jared Haynes scoring a try on debut. With a little kick down the sideline. I think he trapped a kick and then trapped a kick and then ran down the sideline, put a kick back in and scored himself. And that was just made me fucking furious.
I do remember that. Along those lines as well, of course, was the not offside Billy Slater just screaming through, kick, regains, kicks for himself over the top. Get like that is just Origin through and through. Like we grew up. Do you remember those like DVDs that we had? And it was like the greatest Origin moments. Like that got pumped within an inch of its life. Yeah. Like those, they need to bring those back. Honestly, like they were the best DVDs ever. Just the best fights, best tries, like all that classic moments. Another for me, a lot of like kicking stuff, but the classic Alfie Langer where he runs through, kicks again and scores. Like that was something that I always like tried to replicate when we were playing footy when we were younger, whether it was in the backyard, playing for Seagulls, whatever it was. It was always like if you saw the opportunity to try to like kick it along the ground and get it like Alfie Langer did. So many good fights that we've seen in State of Origin. I guess probably one of the more recent ones was Gagai just
the fuck out of Burton.
Matty Burton and Tino just headlocking him. That was so good.
The life out of him.
I was at that game actually. That was fucking awesome. And but then of course, 2022 Decider. This one's just so fresh for me because it was just I guess not long, like a year or two after I'd got back into footy and coming right down to the wire, bang, dozer, intercept, and I was half cut. I was that cut. It wasn't even funny, and just I was basically like Cam Smith, just go dozer. I
reckon I've ever been more filthy about missing out on the game because the old boy had won 2 tickets to that game, but I'd already been to Brisbane the week before to go watch and had a fucking big one when we went and watched Brisbane Lions play Western Bulldogs with a few of the boys from AFL and had a box. So I was like, fuck. I think I had 2 days. I had 2 days off. Yeah, I already had 2 days off that week previous. I was like, probably can't take another 2 days off the week after. No, I won't go. So the old boy took on the fellas that works for him and ended up being one of the all-time Origin matches with the Go Dozer. So, yeah, I was filthy about that.
Yeah, that really worked out hilarious. Like, me and 2 other mates, like Kyle, another friend of mine from work, like we had tickets and then Dad somehow ended up winning tickets from buying a very like particular paint that he just happened to have needed for that job, and each time he had to keep buying paint, it went into the entries. Ended up getting that. I think like week off, he's like, "Oh, whereabouts are you sitting?" And it was the exact same section. He was all of like 5 rows in front of us, so it ended up working out perfectly. But that was just such a funny night, that one. But yeah, such a good memory, that particular one of Dozer just getting away.
Yeah, I think you were saying. I'm pretty sure he only brought literally like 1 drum of paint for it. So he had 1 ticket in the entry compared to like some other big companies in the Bay who fucking were buying drums and drums of this shit and whatnot. So he had 1 ticket to like however many other tickets, and yeah, had a winner.
He really does have a bit of luck with stuff like that. I swear every time he goes to like trade nights, all this
paint draws, yeah.
Yeah, he wins shit.
He's on fucking Origin tickets, he's on spray gun, heaps of other shit.
God knows what else. But yeah, there's probably a million different Origin moments, but those are some that really stand out to me for sure. Hopefully going to see a few more of those tomorrow night. One that actually that I wish I had, I think it was in that same 2022 game. That's when Corey Oates, he somehow was in the team still, and he crossed over, and they brought the try back. They took it off him. I was spewing. I was like, oh, that would have been so good. Just Oatesy screaming
Didn't he fend off? He like ran the whole way like the busted fucking donkey, and then I think he fended someone off right at the last second and then scored, but it had been called back. Like,
no, I think
ages
that one
ago.
No, I think that was the one. They played the Dolphins last year. He went like 80 meters. Yeah, he fucked off Hammer because Oates's made this break, and then I'm like, well, he's fucked. Hammer's coming. Like, there's no way, and he just gives him the biggest don't argue. He goes over. I'm going off. Like, Corey Oates is one of my favorite players. Like, I thought it was I was on that side of the field too. On the sideline, had seats there, and I thought it was fucking amazing. So when they took it off him, I was kicking. I was like, "Come on, just give it to him." When is Corey Oates ever going to outrun the Hammer? Like was on the treadmill the whole time, but yeah, fucking is basically the last thing I got to say. Who's the anytime try scorer?
Val Holmes. First try scorer.
Hammer for me. He's fucking allergic to not scoring tries. I'm pretty sure he's so close to like breaking the record. Like, it's ridiculous.
Val Holmes on the wing, on the sting for Queensland at Suncorp Stadium is literally just written in the skies that's going to come off. So,
thanks for coming. Oh, I forgot to. I forgot. Let's do our best bet for State of Origin.
Oh fuck!
I know what mine is. I just don't have it up on my computer. The odds may have changed since I last got on it, but what I've got, again, going with the Hammer, that dude just scores tries for fun when it comes to State of Origin. And backing up that, running it our debutant, I'm a little bit scared for his life, but Trell Mitt in the centre's State of Origin form. You put the two of those together on an orange betting agency this time, orange, you get $5.71 for 2 guys that score bulk tries in State of Origin. So that is my bet. We're not doing Bet to Vegas this week because of Origin. So, yeah, jumping on that one. I like 2 centres that score tries. What do you got, Tom? Cook something for me. Doing that.
I'm just going to go a little try scorer market. I have got a 3-legger. It's at $10.25 of money.
Money.
So I'll be going with the Val Holmes anytime, Trell Mitt anytime, and Zachy Lomax anytime.
I don't mind that at all. Lomax, I was tossing up between Lomax and Trell because I was talking to one of the fellas that we follow, and yeah, he's like, oh, Lomax might be pretty dangerous, and no doubt they're going to be going. But is he going to be on Val Holmes' side, or is he going to be on?
Have to be
Coates.
Nah, he'd have to be on Coates'.
Yeah,
have to be.
He's fucking good luck for
That'd
both
be the biggest mismatch. Fucking
yeah.
Xavier Coates over Brian Tyler and Lomax over fucking Val Holmes. Jesus Christ!
I love to see it. But yeah, no, super keen. 400 4x guards are going to be demolished. Something that's actually a stupid thing that I do want to touch on before we jump into the whole Lachy Galvin stuff. The whole Origin stuff and Lachy Galvin's kind of completely shattered it, and it did happen about this time last week. But how about Reece Walsh just doing these?
Oh, fuck, that was ridiculous, wasn't it? Geez, the media love to run with it, run with a little bit of nothing. Like, giving his mate a little bit of a love tap with a boxing glove on. They're like, oi, the Broncos are furious. Yeah. Which, in saying that, fuck me, Reece, worst timing in the world. We just let Marty Tapau go for liking a post, and you're out here boxing people in the face. Fuck hell.
Yeah, like
putting it up just... on your TikTok is really what we didn't need, but we're going to defend you. We just signed you for a fuckload.
Yeah, it's like, it's just wild, that sort of stuff. Like, Reece, please. When I saw that, I was like, oh, poor Marty. Just to really rub salt in the wounds. Like,
it was like, any way you look at it, the Broncos just took an inch and got an inch, took a mile, essentially, when it comes to Marty there, because they'll never renew his contract.
Oh,
he was going at the end of the year for sure, so they're like, oh, fucking, we may as well.
The Reece thing, though, is the most nothing story of all time. Barely even hit his mate. Like, you could tell he put no power into it whatsoever. They were just having fun, like, whatever. And it's blowing up, being like, all the young men that look up to him, oh, shut up, cunt. But the only problem is, too, actually, Reece, I think, attached another thing to it, which just doesn't quite float great these days. Like, he's like, yeah, it's just mates having fun, just boys being boys. I'm like, oh, don't use that one, Reece. That one has a bit of a bad history. Yeah, I've seen this episode before. I don't want that to happen, but yeah, just honestly, like, there's a few of the boys. You get one fuck up on social media, and then after that, you have to, before you post anything, it goes through your social media manager.
It has to go through your manager.
Yeah, like, it's just fucking.
Probably prime example. Oh fuck, there's a. I want to say not his fault, but Tony Staggs.
Wow,
sort of his fault. Tony, fuck, who else is there? Selwyn, after he gave Kevy a rinsing on that podcast.
Oh, that was classic.
He didn't realise what he was saying, pretty much.
Val Holmes is one of the fucking...
Jeez, what are some noted... what are some noted ones over the years? Like, yeah. What's some noted ones over the year? Probably Fergo and Todd Carney on the roof drinking cruises. Oh, no. Who was it? Fergo and... oh my god, why can I not think of the dude's fucking name now? Josh Dugan. Fergo and Josh Dugan on the roof drinking cruises instead of going to training. Or to a recovery session, whatever it was. Todd Carney, bubbler.
Obvious, yeah. Mitchy Pearce.
Yeah, we won't touch on that one too much.
Any of the boys.
Alan Tongue that goes along with that as well, but we won't mention that at all.
All the boys that have been caught with mysterious
Mad Dog
white bags, Brandon Smith.
There's been a number over the years.
There's been so many, but the amount of them, like, one of the worst ones though was, like, I think Mitch Kenny had one where he uploaded allegedly some bloody mystery thing, but Val Holmes has got to be, bro. It was just a prank, bro. It was just, oh, come on. Could have been avoided so easily.
Can we just take footy players' phones off them in the off season? Just lock her up for the off season, boys. Go back to a Nokia.
We're going back to disposable
something that doesn't have a camera, or tape up your camera for the fucking off season.
Yeah, no, honestly, like, it needs to be, you know, all those videos where it'd be somebody traveling and it's like, oh, hey, like, if we could give you this disposable camera, can you, like, take photos and send it back to us? And I want to do that, but for the boys about to hit either Mad Monday or fucking the off season, like, hand in your phones, give me this and send it back to me and you can get your phone back.
That'd be a piss.
It's actually, like, that's an idea that I did want to do for Magic Round, but I will do it at some stage for a game. I reckon it will be sick. But yeah, I will happily volunteer, boys. If you need someone for the Brisbane Broncos to be your social media guru, where I'll have a little look-see at your post before sending it out, I'll happily do that. But I'm probably not too qualified after a couple of beers myself, because God knows anything could be heading out after that.
That looks sick.
Yeah,
I'd send that out to my mates as well.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, Reece,
story.
Ezra, what do you got in your mouth there? Yeah, fucker, let's go. Out it goes. All right, but yeah, quickly before we get into our tips for this round, wizardry. Gus has been pulling over there at the Bulldogs, just absolutely wall pulling. Just, I'm not interested in Lachlan Galvin.
That was what I was watching just before. With who's old mate, the fucking journo. Here's people who didn't believe me. I was saying Cameron Smith was in Harvey Bay the other day. They got photos of him down the Torquay Hotel.
Oh yes, the talks.
Fucking Torquay.
Uh,
What was I going to say? Gus having a big blue with. How can I not think of the dudes?
Shamus,
yes.
yeah.
Having a big blue with him on NRL Night and whatever it is, the show that they've got going on.
Not the 360 one.
Gus. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, the 360. Oh, not
No,
NRL 360.
it's NRL 100 or something like that, is it?
Or whatever it fucking is.
Change the name. It's
I
fucking
can't
shit.
keep up with him. Yeah, it ain't no 360. But yeah, Gus basically just come. I'd never said I wasn't interested in him, and he's like, you led people along to say that you weren't interested. He's like, yeah, the goalposts are shift now. He's available now, and it just went back and forth for fucking ages. But yeah, Gus really is playing chess when everyone else is playing checkers.
Oh, 100%, yeah. You got Gus just going real Masters of Whispers, Game of Thrones sort of stuff there from Gussie. Like, just absolute mastermind, pulling all the strings in the background. But yeah, like, he's just moving pieces around. I don't know how they're going to go with 2 6s, though. Like, at this point, Gus has been like, yeah, like, everything with Sexton's going great. But, yeah, he's just not the plans at the moment, basically. And fucking poor Sexton misses out.
Yeah, he hasn't said he's not in their plans. He says he's on a journey of development. That seems to be his favourite catchphrase at the moment. He's just on a journey of development.
You know,
Gus, please explain. What the fuck does that mean? Yeah, I'd be really pissed off if I was Sexton or as well Reed Marnie now by the looks of it, who I'm assuming has got a little bit of a tap on the shoulder.
Yeah.
Can we make some cap space here? Which sucks
like
because it's definitely not like he's been playing good footy at the Doggies and he was in contention in the talks, to be thereabouts for the 9 anyway. If Harry Grant's going to be out. So, I think any club would be happy to pick up Reed Marnie, that's for sure, because he's a quality hooker. So I just hope, as much as I fucking don't really like the Dogs, I hope this doesn't derail their season and they look back and go, why the fuck did we do this?
Yeah, it's something that I definitely like. I've got a real concern around like ripping apart a team in the middle of a season, starting to get real club and turmoil sort of stuff. And you're messing with the chemistry of those, like the connections and the chemistry that those players build up and, the plays and whatever else that they're doing. To put in a dude who hasn't been a part of that for the last couple of years building up to it where they've really been playing for each other. So, yeah, it's a little bit interesting. And neither of those guys are out and out 7s depending on whichever way you want to do it. And then there's even talks of like Burton going to fullback and Connor Tracy dropping out, which is ridiculous.
That's never going to happen.
Nah, but
Burton will go, I'm assuming,
7.
Burton?
I think, yeah.
I don't fucking know. I reckon they'll probably leave. There's too many possibilities. That probably will be the thing. It'll probably be like Birdo 7, Galvin 6, or vice versa.
Yeah.
And Sexton will just get dropped to reserve grade. Or it could be Sexton 7, Galvin 6, Burton 13. You fucking pick your poison. Burton to centres. You never know.
Exactly.
Don't know what's going to happen there.
But the narrative of, really wanting it for his development and it's not about money all kind of played out, considering he's supposedly getting offered about $750. So I guess that all lines up. Obviously, Doggies are building into massive things, but I just love all the carry on from Gus. Like, it is just a thing of art. It's like he's trying to explain rugby league stuff to toddlers the way that he carries on about stuff. Like, just going on about whatever. And it's just, I don't even know with him. I had a point that I was going to say about Gus for a second. It's escaped me. It's gone off into the nether. That's it. No, if there was a man that was going to ever transition from being a CEO of a rugby league club into potentially politics and running this country, Gus has a real way with his words. He has a lot of ways of saying a whole lot, but saying fucking nothing at all. And I feel like he'd be really suited for the job.
Yeah, he does have a bit of Prime Minister Gus Gould about him, to be honest.
Yeah, he's never answered
I love how the only worst thing would be that besides New Zealand, he'd go talking rugby league terms to every other country and they wouldn't understand what the fuck he's saying.
Could you imagine Gus, mate?
See, America. This is like a scrum. No, like
No, could you
Gus
imagine? Could you
Gus
imagine?
and Trump?
Yeah, Gus has taken Trump out to a little Chinese dinner somewhere, a couple of dimmies rolling around. I reckon that'd be one of the only guys that could genuinely just strong arm Trump. Like, Trump ain't getting around Gus. Gus has got all the wit in the world, sharp as. Trump's not going to have an idea of what he's talking about, but he's going to sound really smart to him. And it's just going to flow.
Can we push this further? Can we get Gus sacked as the CEO of the Doggies and into Bankstown electorate, please?
I would love to see it. That is a man I'd vote for. Gus to lead the country. He'd fix everything. Between him and PVL could be 2IC. Fuck. That's a force to be reckoned with right there.
Gave Landies.
Landies is just brilliant.
Yeah. But anyway, on to what are we on to this round, are we?
This round, what is it? 13. 13. Yeah, not a bye round mostly, which is good. First game, let me get the day right, because last time I got my arsehole ripped in you on Friday night footy. It is.
It's a Friday night footy.
Friday night footy.
Thursday, it's Friday night.
So we got the Dragons versus the Knights. This one really easy for me. I'm going Dragons 1-12. Woo Stadium there at Wynn Stadium. There's a man on the in list for this, though, that has just absolutely solidified my decision. There's three things here. The Knights are shit. Dragons have Clint, but the third one, and the most important, he's back.
He's back.
He's back. Tuapolotu is back. He's back. He's keen. He's gone many weeks without. Do you reckon in the first game back he's going to be...
Oh, yeah. He's going to be dumping cash left, right and centre.
They're 40-0 down.
Hope the Knights put a score on him. He scores the only Dragons try and he's just hitting money bags everywhere. Honestly, I don't think Ponga... I'll be actually very surprised if Ponga plays in this, considering that he's already under an injury cloud at the moment going into Origin.
Is he?
I swear there's been talks that he wasn't going to play.
Yeah, right.
To begin with. This was the other day, and then he's trained and whatnot.
Oh, sweet.
So, yeah, I'm pretty sure there was talks there originally that he was under an injury cloud. So, after a big Origin match where he's going to get bashed the fuck around for then a 2-day turnaround against the Dragons, I don't see it happening. I don't think Ponga will play it. And I think that's probably to the benefit of the Knights, honestly, because you're seeing it on the weekend. I think Fletcher Sharp's their best number one at the moment in that club. It's a big fucking thing to say, but he's just in a slump, isn't he?
Oh, yeah, but Fletcher
is not.
He's not, yeah. Fletcher is hot to trot at the moment. Him and Tuapolotu bang for a little anytime try score is a little something on my brain. I think really important thing for the Dragons, I think if they can get Little out there nice and early, like get him and Cookie out there at the same time, you got two just blokes scurrying around the field, particularly Little. I think that's going to go a long way. But for me, thinking about try scorers, I can't go past him. Tuapolotu anytime, 100% for me.
I have a little Terrell Sloan.
Terrell Sloan, yeah, he likes tries. This next one's Titans.
Say Sloan.
No.
Repeat after me.
How about
Sloan?
Titans
Stallone.
Shut up.
His name's not Sylvester Stallone. It's Terrell Sloan.
You got the point. Titans versus the Melbourne Storm. So this one, supposedly everyone's backing up on this one. This one is in the GC. Easy, you would think, surely. Storm 13 plus.
There you go.
This guy.
I've actually gone the other way. I've gone a Storm 1-12. I think, and you'll see in our thingo soon in the preview. I think the Titans got points in them. I just don't know whether they're going to leak a fuckload or they're going to score a few.
Yeah, there's points somewhere.
There's points somewhere with the Titans, and I just can't tell where at the moment. But they're also renowned. When I say renowned, I'm talking about last year where they nearly come back and beat them after being 20-0 down and fucking up my multi. I think they're going to have a game in them here and there, the Titans, and I think they might be able to put a couple points on and go with Storm for a little bit this game. But Guess we'll see. Storm either have been thrashing the fucking life out of teams like this, or have been getting a little bit complacent and been pretty error prone during those games, but still managing just to scrape through. So, yeah, be interesting to see.
Yeah, I think it's a drastically different game depending on who does back out of these sides again. Back up, sorry. Like, apparently all of them are going to be, but, Storm, though, they just don't lose 2 in a row. So I think Bellamy's going to Bellyache's going to be rolling up, going down, actually, from Brisbane to the Gold Coast, and he's going to be in the box just lick him, fuck him up. I think it's...
Nick him up, Rastafari.
I think it's what you're going to be getting. I think that's what you're going to be getting, and I think Paps is going to be going over any time.
Yeah, I think Paps is going to be 10-1 on, that's for sure.
Next one,
who did I go? I went my tried and tested Xavier Coates anytime. He'll jump over sometime again.
Yeah, you looking at the entire team list. It's like you're going.
I've literally got beer goggles for Xavier Coates. That's about it. I don't reckon I've tipped another Melbourne try scorer this year.
No, when you go out to the same pub, restaurant, like whatever, and you always pretend to look at the menu, like, can I get you're gonna get something else? So that's you looking at try scorers from Melbourne Storm, just for you, all well knowing that you're just gonna pick Xavier Coates every single time.
He goes in every week. Well, not so much scores every week, but he goes in my multi every single week without fail.
Next one, we're going far north of the wall up to North Queensland. Cows versus the Tigers. Surprise, surprise, no Lachy Galvin in this one. So
Brent, just before, reportedly, Benji has told him not even to bother turning up to training. So
really,
fair play.
Apparently so. Jesus Christ, they've actually just cracked their shits. And then
as you would, I'd be fucking.
Oh, I'd be offered at this stage. He needs to be gone. Like, it's just for the absolute best of every single party involved. Just fucking get over it. It's dragging out too long. It's a real toxic situationship that's going on here.
I really wish though. I don't like this mid-season transfer shit. Like,
no, I hate it.
Other sports like soccer and shit like that, basketball, fucking baseball, and all that. That mid-season transfer stuff, I fucking hate that. Especially if, say he was playing for the Tigers last week, Galvin, and potentially I don't think he can the way they're going to transfer and shit, but just saying that he was able to line up for the Doggies or the Eels or some shit this week, that would be so shit. And I think, especially if he's gone from being at the Tigers this year and say Dogs go through and win the title, don't like it. Not a fan.
Nah,
hate everything about it.
I don't like it either. You should have to wait till the end of the season. Unless it's a release on compassionate grounds or something like that. Fuck, at this point it probably just about would be because you're getting bullied and whatever. But and then you got Clifford the Big Red Dog still missing if Tommy Dearden plays. Purdy still there in the 6, so they're still running with that experiment, which I don't know. I don't like, but I reckon Cows are going to get down 13 plus, and I reckon if Tommy Dearden does back up off Origin, he's crossing over for a little meat by himself.
I've gone Tigers 1-12.
Team A about to go on an all-time rampage.
This could be
Team A bringing his laptop bag with him.
The way, what the fuck was that? What are you doing, mate?
Love you, lad.
I don't know. The way I'm looking at this, is yes, both teams are fresh off bye. Tigers are coming off a bit of a disappointing loss. They have no players out for Origin. The Cows have got a couple of key positions in. Tommy Dearden, Cotter, Nanai, who those two you're assuming are going to be pretty beat up, and on a 2-day turnaround, I feel like there might be some bench forwards playing a bit bigger minutes than what they usually do, and then a few are going to get exploited, possibly, maybe by a crafty Api Coruscant. So I've gone with the Tigers. I like the Tigers.
I really don't hate that. Api Coruscant is a little wizard. He's crafty as they come. He is such a crafty hooker. Just rolling back quickly to Team A, though. That was so funny on that Sunday night footy show. That was hilarious.
Straight away, I said you were What are you doing, bro?
Out of all the people, like, and I don't think he gives a fuck. Obviously, he dresses how he wants, does what he wants, like, whatever. I don't think he's really too concerned by it. But out of all the people you could have rolled that out in front of, Fletch, Heine, and Matty Johns are just like, oh, you just know it's going to go bad. And I kind of felt bad for him because he just had the piss taken out of him so badly online. Like, the first time he's ever gone on one of those shows and he's rocked up with a fucking laptop bag on the front of his chest. You're just like, oh, no.
Oh, like why? Like all good and well, you walk into the building wearing it. Why did you have to wear it on the fucking show though?
Yeah.
I don't get.
But again,
anyway.
I don't think he really cares. But it's pretty funny. Next game, Manly versus the Brisbane Broncos. There's a few things in this one. For starters, Broncos 13 plus, baby, let's go. Fuck, we're due for a win. I haven't been able to post a happy celebration about that in a while. God.
Yeah,
Manly's.
I'm purely backing the Broncos. Like for one, because obviously you go for them, but for two, on the theory that we're due.
Yeah, sure. Like if we're talking about any other team, I'm never tipping them ever again.
I just really hate though that we're going up against Manly, who are going to have a fresh forward pack against Paddy, Payne. Jesse won't play. Who else am I missing here? Who's playing Origin? Just them two.
Yeah, should just be them. And then you got Manly. They're absolutely falling apart. Tommy, surprise, gone again. Gerbo's still out.
Is he out this week?
Yeah, he's out again. He's like literally give them like a holiday. He needs to go to Bali, needs to rest up, needs to do something because he is getting closer and closer to that clip of Randy Sports Bar where Tommy tries to stand with his busted hammies and he has his legs amputated because it's getting really close.
I need to go NRL team. Have they said what's he done?
I don't know. Have a look on NRL Physio. It's probably on there.
I'm just looking on the team lists.
Yeah, actually, I think I've got it up. Hang on, I'll tell you.
Sidelined by cork thigh.
That's what it is, yeah. So
that screams hamstring injury and they're trying to fucking mask it.
Exactly. But yeah, someone send that man, whether it's to the physio dudes, the stem cell guys in America, send him to Bali, send him off into other parts of Asia for some otherworldly healing. I don't know what Tommy needs right now, but yeah, that man needs a break. We've got Jesse Arthur's going to fullback, which I love actually, because Cobbo, while he had a stellar game against the Doggies, I don't think has really lived up to it. Fitness just doesn't seem to be there for him compared to Arthur's who can play a job, like do a job.
Only like the thing I have really loved about him playing fullback though is the dude's kick return. Like he is a fucking handful at the best of times, and let alone when he is able to get 30 meters of steam up before hitting the line. Like he is breaking tackles run after run.
Yeah.
So that is the only thing that Jesse does have a bit of a small frame like Dean Mariner and does tend to get picked up and fucking dumped and driven a few meters on a kick return. So that's what I am a bit worried about, but
yeah,
coach knows.
Close to the line, I can see that definitely being a little bit hairy, but you never know. They could potentially even interchange throughout the game. It's kind of hard to see. Now, one thing I'm finally cashing in on, I've had him sitting in my reserves, in my emergencies, since round 1 of this year, particularly on fantasy. Big Ben, baby, let's go. Big Ben Takura finally gets his call up. He's apparently just getting meat pies left, right, and centre, and Reggie's at the moment. So I reckon it's great to finally have him crash into the team. Like I feel like we've needed a guy with that sort of size, like just an unstoppable object close to the line, just crash plays for days.
It is good that we're going to have such a big body coming on to. I do have super coach this week. Trying to get a team together is going to be fun. That's what I was going to say. Alamotti. I'm trying to think why the fuck Alamotti's out. Because I did not watch that Penrith match.
They got a buy. Oh, no, they don't. Or do they?
Don't.
No, I lied.
No, they don't.
He's just been dropped.
Yeah.
Unlucky, bro.
Sick. Dane Laurie and Paul Alamotti have dropped to reserve. There you go. Cool. Righto. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, tell me more about Big Ben. But yeah, no, keen for it. I reckon Ezra Mam is going to cut through for another little anytime try scorer, because if it's anything like last time, fucking everything's going to be coming off that bloke.
Yeah, hot bet. He's going to look to turn the back row inside out. Keen to see him actually take on old Kawatu. But yeah.
That's right. Ezra's going to get in under his ribs.
Yeah.
Be good to see. But I don't know what Moser needs to do to get in the team.
Because, hey.
I don't know what Moser needs to do to get into the side at this point.
Yeah, fuck. I think he has been carrying a niggling injury for a fair while, but I'm assuming, I don't know. Well, I'm assuming, Pakes, I think this is last year's contract. I'm assuming he's going to get moved on maybe at the end of the year.
Might just be a wait out one more, bruh.
Yeah, it could be. Smoothie's gone, obviously. Yeah. I think Billy's probably solidified his spot as the 14.
I love it.
Yeah, Benny Hunter 7 next year, Ezra 6. Probably.
What do you mean, Benny Hunter 7? We're re-signing Renault, bro.
Never happening.
6
Get
more
out of your head. Get out of your head. Never happening. Anyway.
Who's your try scorer? Try scorer, quick.
Return to the wing, Selwyn Cobbo.
I'm surprised he didn't say Dean Mariner.
Nah. Due for a Cobbo try.
Okay. All right. Third last one. We'll try to smash out these next couple. Bunnies versus Waz. I don't know why I'm a little bit scared of the Bunnies with this one. Don't know. Can't put my finger on it. They are at home, so that means all of about 10 fans are going to be going. The Waz, though, not really impacted at all with Origin besides Mitchy Barnett, eh? That's their only guy, so they're going to be running pretty smoothly.
My tipping point on this is Trelmere. So I think against the Waz especially, like Waz only having the one person out in Mitchy Barnett, and he's a dog though, so he's going to back up and play it, that's for sure, unless he has a bit of a knock, bit of an injury. I think for the Bunnies to be able to beat the Warriors, Trell has to have a good game. And I think after having a big knock, big hit out Wednesday night, I reckon we could probably see a little bit of a lazy Trell coming out and just filling a spot essentially against the Warriors. So I've gone Wales 1-12. But if Trell pulls out and Jairo plays, I reckon Bunnies get done.
Yeah, that's a very good point, actually. But yeah, I've gone Waz 1-12 as well. I've gone Luki Metcalfu anytime.
I went to his Harv's pairing in Harris DeVita to score anytime.
Chanel. All right, second last one. Penrith Panthers versus the Eels. Now, he's been charmed again.
Shut up. Here you go, Para.
I got Para 1-12. There's a few things. So, one, it's a Penrith home game, but it's at CommBank.
Yeah.
Love that.
Touched on the thing. I was like, not really.
Yeah, so,
I've been home game here, but anyway.
I've been eel charmed again. Momax, baby. As long as those two get through this game, they're back and going to be firing. And even if the Riff, even if all their guys do back up, like just looking at the rest of the season, I just don't have any faith in this. Para play well at CommBank as well. So, yeah, give me the Eels. Give me 1-12 and give me Lomax anytime.
I've gone the Riff. I just can't sit there and look at those teams on paper and go, surely not. Surely this team doesn't fucking lose. That's essentially where I'm at. Like, they definitely should be beating Para. That's no question of doubt. So I'm going to go Riff 1-12, and I have gone right and anytime.
No Alamotti for you to get on as well. And then we got the last
one.
That's
literally when I was looking at it. I was like, fuck, no Alamotti.
You just season up that there's no Alamotti. Last one for the round, Roosters versus the Milk. This one I think is going to be a really fun game. I think Milk might fuck them up, but I think it's going to be fun at the same time. You never know what you're going to get with the Roosters. They seem to be a real mixed bag. But the Milk just strong, consistent. I can't see this one going bad for them.
Yeah, I've got Milk 13 plus. They definitely showed a fair bit of grit. Did you just fart then?
No.
They definitely showed a lot of grit over in New Zealand. I think that's the first team to win over there this year.
Yeah, it is so far this season. Yeah, the Fortress.
So yeah, huge for them. And I think they're just going to keep rolling on the back of that. I wouldn't be shocked though, because the Roosters seem to be doing Roosters shit and turning up against good teams. So wouldn't be surprised if they do show up and put on a bit of a fucking performance. But they definitely have been playing better over the last like month and a half sort of period. So it's good to see them improving. But yeah, milk 13 plus still.
Yeah, as
And
much.
I can't remember who I had as much any time.
I got Huddy Young. Bang.
Yes, sorry, that's what it was. Huddy Young. Yeah.
Double up on Huddy. Just let's go. But yeah, no, keen for that one. Yeah, literally fusion bit of that. All right, so that pretty much brings us all the way through our tips. Now, multi of the week. Our last little thing to tick off the list. Have you got anything this week, Tom? Have you cooked up anything or negative?
No, I haven't cooked up shit, so it's all on you.
Well, I got mine. So 4 legs, anytimers all the way through. Money man, Christian Tuipulotu. I reckon he's going to go over for a try in his returning game. Pappenhausen, he's going over. Mark Nwanga Itawase, he's going to score back on the wing, which I love. And then Ezra Mam as well. So 4 of those. Mysterious, I think, blue betting agency, dare say, a sports bet, $13.84. So 4 of those guys that love scoring tries, give it to me. Thank you very much.
I'll cook one up right now. First leg of the thing, I have a bit of belief that this dude is going to show up and have a bit of a crack Wednesday night. Latrell Mitchell, anytime try scorer. Xavier Coates anytime, and Taruva anytime. That gives you $7.46. Get the fuck on.
That's pretty nice. But yeah, that pretty much brings us to the end. Again, comment who you think's going to win Origin. Like, subscribe, all that sort of fun stuff. And Queenslander.
Catch
us next week.